Are you launching a new pattern and you're struggling with, is it going to do well? Is my audience going to like it? Are we going to make sales? Are we going to hit our numbers? In this quick conversation, I want to talk to you about a strategy that I use, that I share with my students, that helps them to ensure that they hit their launch goals. So here's the thing. You have a new product coming out, you have a new pattern, a new collection, a bundle, what have you. You have something new coming out. And typically, what I see with a lot of makers and creatives is that they have the thing coming, they make it in a silo all by themselves, and then when it's completed, they put it out and say, hey, this thing is for sale. And I used to do this. I used to be like, okay, I'm going to make this thing. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. When it's done and it's ready and it's perfect, that's when I'm going to share it with the world. But I've learned over the last 10 years or so that that strategy does not work. That doesn't give my audience enough time to understand what I'm doing, what it is that I'm working on. It doesn't give them enough time to understand the benefits, to really understand the thing that I'm making, and to know that it's for them when it launches. So if you are working all by yourself in a silo, you make this thing and then you come out and you're like, here, bam, here's the thing I made. A lot of people are going to be put off. They're going to be shocked. They're going to be like, what is this? I didn't even know you were working on this. And if you have an email list where that's the only time that you ever reach out to them when you have something to sell, you're going to lose them, because they're like, oh, now you just want to reach out to me because you have something to sell, when you don't engage with them in other times when you don't have a new thing to sell them. So the strategy that I work for my business and have trained hundreds of other designers is the pre-sale method. It's using my pattern launch plan, where we go through all the pre-launch stuff where you're creating content and stuff like that. But also built in there is this pre-sale where you're selling your pattern, your thing, your book before it's actually ready. And this is a great way for you to see if your audience have an appetite for this. It's a great way for you to have conversations with your ideal audience and pick up on the language that will best resonate with them. Right? So if you have a pattern coming out, you can hint about it. You can set up a pre-launch page, and I share this in the course. I have a pre-sale course that I walk you through the steps. Once you set that up, you can be in this phase where you're still building the pattern and your audience is helping you to make the pattern better. And what does this look like? A few years ago, when I really got into the strategy, I tried it with my 32 Market Street tee. And the pattern was pretty much done, but I decided to try a pre-sale. And what this pre-sale allowed me to do is to really talk to my audience and see what information they needed. They helped me co-create not just the pattern itself, but all the things that went into the pattern. So it helped me to figure out what size range to include, right? Instead of me just doing like 3 inches or 4-inch increment for bust size, they helped me to create a much wider bust range based on the conversations I was having when I was talking about this tee. It also helped me to figure out what word and what trigger words were they thinking about and what they would be searching for when they went out to look for a knitted tee. And then I could use that in my marketing. It also helped me to figure out what else I can include in the pattern besides just the pattern instruction. So a lot of the folks who were talking back and forth with me in my community, in my audience, they were having questions about fit. They were having questions about, how does this sweater, how will this tee actually fit in my body if I have this type of chest, this kind of hips or whatever. So it helped me to develop additional resources to help them with their fit. And I wouldn't have known that if I didn't create this co-creation system with my audience where I was asking them questions back and forth. So during the pre-sale period, it's me just having like a sales page out there where folks can go buy the pattern at a discount because they're trusting me that this pattern is going to get here, it's going to come out, right? They're buying on this trust that they have of me, and having continual communications with this audience, it made them realize, hey, I'm not just going to take their money and run, because they're constantly seeing me talk about this thing. They're seeing my progress. But the thing about the pre-sale is that I am getting this clear idea that folks want this thing. They want this design. I'm not just building it silently by myself and bringing it out and hoping people will buy. Already I have people not just saying, yeah, I want this, because we've seen that. We've seen where people are like, yeah, let me know when the pattern's out and I'll buy it. Yeah, those are great. And I talk about wait lists all the time, but having people put down money and say, yes, I want this, that's a whole different game, right? So pre-selling your pattern can really amplify the pattern. You can have some people talk about what they've gotten so far in the communication you're doing. You can start getting some testimonials. You can start getting some stuff that you can use in the actual launch. Also, with the pre-sale, you are actually making money ahead of time. So if you haven't done your tech editing yet, and you're like, it's going to be a few $100s to do the tech editing, this is a great way to make some revenue to help pay for that stuff in advance. So pre-selling is really for you to get confirmation that this is the thing you want, and to get money in your pocket to help pay for some of the things that comes along with developing a new pattern. So if you want to make like more samples and you need to go buy more yarn, you can use that pre-sale money to go help do that. Okay, so this is what I talk about with my audience all the time, with my students, right? Don't just wait until your pattern is done to sell it. Big corporations do it all the time. They say, hey, buy this thing now and you'll get it on X date. You can do the same thing with your business. You can do that with your pattern, your book, your whatever you're making. And I'm showing you exactly how to do that in my course, the pre-sale, right? So I'm walking you through the steps to take. And if you need additional information, like always, you can book a one-on-one coaching session with me, and I can walk you through exactly how you can create your pre-sale and all the marketing that goes with it. Because you're not just going to put up this thing and say, hey, it's for sale. There's a strategy behind it to really get that momentum, that buzz going, so people buy your pattern during the pre-sale. And then also we can talk about strategies to build your pre-launch, so when the pattern is out, you can build on that momentum and keep it going, right? So if this is something that you are interested in, look for the link below. I cannot wait to share with you all that I know about pre-selling your pattern. And if you're looking for more examples, check out when I sold my book, Cardigans For Everybody. There's a photo of it there. I did a pre-sale with that. And I sold copies before it was done because I still needed to pay for photography. I still needed to pay for tech editing. I still needed to pay for printing and stuff like that. And that really helped. So if you are struggling with selling your pattern, pre-sale could be the next logical step for you to sell something before it's even done, so you can get some revenue coming in while you're still working on your pattern. So if you need some help with that, like I said, links will be in the caption below, and I am available for one-on-one mentoring. If I could support you in any way, please don't hesitate to let me know. I cannot wait to see all that you do. Bye for now.